guys, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chikamake, and so I want to do a review about GOT, Game of Thrones. Okay, so basically this season of Game of Thrones, we the Game of Thrones fans have been waiting for 2 years. Yes, 2 years. 2 years to watch Game of Thrones, and then we found out that it was the final season of Game of Thrones, and the wait was we're like waiting and waiting, and then when it finally came, we're like, ooh, yes. So, guys, this is my review of Game of Thrones. I'm doing a review from of season 8 all through the 5 episodes. So I practically wrote it down, and then I just want to read through it. Yes. So episode 1, yes, episode 1 and 2 was entertaining to watch. Yes, it was. But episode 3, for me, that was my best episode. Some might actually say differently. Some people, I've heard some people say episode 4 was their best episode, but for me, episode 3 was my best episode, and then I will tell you why. Okay, so episode 3, straight down to business. So Will had been waiting for we've been waiting for 8 episode. We've been waiting for Game of Thrones season 8, and then we had episode 1. We're excited about it. Episode 2 was all about meeting lost friends, making peace for the greater cause, to fight the greater enemy. And episode 3 was what we're all waiting for. It was entertaining and thrilling. It was quite an episode, first of all, episode 3, we're waiting for it, and then night time came, and it was time for the fight. The Night King was there. Everybody, they were all expecting, and they went out. First of all, now, okay, let's say it's a movie, but me personally, I don't think you would go to the battlefield in the dark, without knowing what you are going to fight. Okay, these people actually fight in the dark, and then you go in the dark. You want to attack them first, and then you go out in the dark first, and you I don't know how that is, but I can feel like you should stay inside your house where there's light, rather than go out in the dark, going out in the unknown to fight something. Anyway, it's a white people thing, no offense. So now, okay, they go out in the dark, and then time to fight, and it's all dark, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? And we see the what would we call her again? Mel. Yes, we see Mel. Mel comes, and I'm like, okay, what's she going to do? And then Mel lights up the fire and makes the whole place lit up. Oh, that's quite a relief, and we're all happy and everything about it. And okay, so now our hope was lifted up, and then we're like, oh yes, the battle is the odds are in our side, in our favor. And then seeing the Dothraki warriors they jumped out, whoo, and then seeing them go out, and then whoosh, the whole light, everything was the entire place was blackout, all blackout, and not it, no sound, everything in a split second. That was a whole lot. And so that was a high note for me. And another high note was when Lyanna Mormont saw the zombie giants. She killed people. She saw she was fighting, and then she saw the zombie giants wiping out everything in his path, like phew, just like that. And then this little girl summoned up courage that, okay, even if I was going to die, I would still use my last effort and take it out. And then she tried, even when the thing was strangling her to death, she still took it down. That was like, bravo. Like, the writers had me there. And aside that, okay, we now saw we watched Arya while she skillfully wielded her weapon, and that was amazing. Like, it was really nice to actually see, because we had watched Arya Stark in the past like train all the while in previous seasons, and then she became blind, she begged on the streets, she trained and fought in the dark. And then now seeing her use her skills in this episode, it was amazing, and it was really, it was quite a thrilling sight to watch, very, very entertaining. And then when she became scared, that part actually, like, it was amazing, because they created suspense, tension, and there she was actually, she now became a child that we knew. Like, this is Arya Stark becoming the child that we all knew. And it was amazing, because at that point we could see her, we could feel and see her fear just from watching it, and that was actually amazing. And then when Mel asked, and then when she had help, and then we're up to the point where Melna asked Arya that where she said she spoke, sorry, I have to, because I'm trying to remember all of this. Okay, when she said, okay, I see, because previously in previous episode Mel told Arya that she would fall men with gray eyes, with blue eyes, and then with gray eyes, with dark eyes, brown eyes, and then with blue eyes. I can't remember. And then finally she said, and then with blue eyes. Oh my goodness. And the courage that we knew Arya for automatically came back. That was actually an inspiring moment. And Mel asked her, what do we say to the Night King? And Arya said, not today. Oh my goodness, that was a high note, because at that point the way she delivered, and then the way the directing, everything was just epic for me to see. And this episode 3 was a whole lot. The emotions were everywhere. We found out that fire, oh my goodness, when we found out that fire could not kill the Night King after the dragon, after being birthed with dragon fire, like, oh my goodness. After being bathed, yes, with dragon, with bath with dragon fire. And then we found out that it could not kill him. Like, oh my god, like, what? I was like, what's going to happen? Like, would anyone survive? And then when the Night King now raised up the dead, he raised up the dead and turned them into the living dead. Oh my, I was like, would anyone actually survive after this war? I probably felt at that point that we're going to kill everyone there, and then probably then they'll go and kill Cersei in her castle. But it was quite entertaining and thrilling to watch. And then watching Theon at that point, Theon that we all hated, and then we all like, oh, this guy, like, everyone disliked Theon, and that was the point where he had to fix all he had done. It was like, we saw him cry, and well, I forgave him. I guess we all forgave him, and for all his wrongdoings. And when the Night King got to the Three-Eyed Raven, and Theon had to fight, even though he knew it was a lost cause, but that point, it was very very it was sad, and it was quite, I don't know, there was something powerful at that point. And um when Brannon gave Theon his very very emotional and encouraging, forgiving speech too, that was actually it was quite, yeah, it was very very so touching. And when the Night King got to the three-eyed, okay, when he got to the three-eyed raven, okay, now at this point, the Night King got to Brannon, three-eyed raven. There was no sight of Jon Snow. And our favorite dragon queen, she was even like, she was actually waiting for, like, she needed help herself. She was actually being saved by someone else. Like, Jon Snow was trying to save himself from getting killed. There was no one, like no one that we thought could actually come to Brannon's aid. And at that point, all hope was lost, and and from nowhere, Arya came flying through like that. Okay, yes, we actually forgot about her. I don't know, but the writers, the directors, every like, they all did well, because it was quite bravo. Like, for them to have succeeded in taking our minds off Arya, that's something that needed an applause. And then Arya came from nowhere, flying through. Like, I was like, where did she come from? And, well, oh yes, we forgot. Okay, my hair is actually getting into my mouth. Okay, so we forgot. And then yes, and at that point, like, okay, yes. Arya is actually, I'm trying to read through, that's why. So yes, Arya came flying through, and yes, we forgot that a girl has no face. Like, a girl has no face. Arya swiftly, the way she flew, and then she swiftly, but the guy didn't even, like, we all didn't expect the way she was going to do it. He held her at, the Night King thought he had killed this tiny thing that came to him, and then she swiftly dropped the knife and delivered the killer. Oh my goodness, delivered, like, it was quite, it was that attack, the way she stealthily struck it or stuck it into his, I don't know, but Arya is the killer, so she actually knows where and what spot to actually kill a person, and she did that, and that was amazing. And this actually showed us, like, yeah, it's a movie, but, like, never underestimate anyone, never underestimate anyone at all. And then we could see why Mel said she would drop Blue-Eyed Men too. All I can say is that at that point, I could just scream, ay, like, the Great War had been won, and it was unbelievable the way it happened. It was really really amazing, and that was why episode 3 was my best episode. Now episode 4, episode 4, Madam Queen Daenerys. I really do not know why, but anyway, yes, it was justifiable, because it was justifiable because, okay, 6 episodes, it was justifiable because let's say she had been training all this while, all she went through, and she had been waiting for the 7 kingdoms. She waited all this while for it. She fought battles, she trained for it, she believed she was the rightful heir. And then when she finally found out that Jon Snow actually had a claim to the throne, left to me, Jon Snow had a claim to the throne. It's only normal that he would actually feel that, because the guy didn't even want any king, any leadership thing at all in the first place. He was just someone that wanted to be acknowledged, and at this point he found out that he had a right to the throne, and every other person around him felt Jon Snow should actually be on that throne. I personally, I wanted it for Jon Snow. And then he said, "Oh, you're my queen, and he was all about "you're my queen." Anyway, I couldn't. He was blinded by love. I was like, okay, let's see how things will play. Would Daenerys actually feel that, okay, you also have a right to the throne? Okay, let's just see how this thing plays out. But she was like, she was not even having, like, she was not hearing it at all. She didn't even consider. That was very, very selfish of her. Like, she didn't even consider that, oh, dude, you also have a right to this throne. She didn't consider it. And then in episode 4, when Cersei did not even blink and she killed her, well, she killed Daenerys' right hand person, her best friend, her most loyal friend. She was like a sister to her. That could actually turn someone, like, make the person just go overboard, and that was what she did. But even when the war was won, she should have stopped. And I know that she didn't stop because she felt that these people were loyal to Jon Snow. She just wanted to wipe out everybody that was loyal to Jon Snow. That was what she just wanted to do. So it was not about they were loyal to Cersei, they did this one. No, she just wanted to wipe out everybody that was on the throne. That was now in episode 5. And then Jon Snow was still like, oh, okay, you killed them. Even like you cannot see that she knew what she was doing, and then she's telling you that it's right. Anyway, he actually, just knowing Jon Snow, he did the right thing. That was the right thing, and he was the only person that could actually kill Dany at that point. And then he did that, and that was that. And okay, now episode 6. I do not know why these days, like, from Empire, using Empire and then Game of Thrones now, like, they're just, I don't know why the final episodes is always like they end it like okay. Now, first of all, we have been, from previous seasons and previous whatever it is, all this their movies that they show, and then when whoever kills a king automatically becomes king. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? That Jon Snow killed Daenerys. The dragon, no, the dragon did not kill Jon. He burnt down the throne. And you people now have a say. You people that were not even there, you call yourself what? And then, okay, I don't know what the writers wrote there, but I saw that as, okay, let's say, okay, he brought them there. The writers brought them there because they wanted to release they wanted to release what's this guy's name himself now? They wanted to release the dwarf. So they brought Cersei, Arya, every other person there, because they want to release more. Okay, fine. I felt that, okay, when he comes out, they're going to see Jon Snow there. Even if, okay, fine, we didn't see Jon Snow there, so when was it going to come out? Like, I don't know how. And then you guys, he now came and said, who else has a great story like Bran? Okay, fine, who else has a great story like Bran? I felt they should have also added that Bran was actually the most powerful person on earth at that point, because Bran was even more powerful. That it's just that he was in a wheelchair, but he wasn't even making use of his power. It's just that Bran is a very good person and a straightforward person. Because if any other person had the power, oh, imagine if Cersei had Brandon's power. Oh my goodness, even on a wheelchair she will manipulate everybody. Brandon was the most powerful person. Yes, if they wanted to give a judgment, and then okay, let us say Brandon is king. Yes, Brandon, for me, he was the most, he was actually, if Jon Snow could not be king, Brandon could actually take that position. And then it was quite annoying for me to have seen Sansa become the queen of the North. Like, what did she do? Like, what did she do? Oh please, I do that. And then she actually even wanted to become the king of the 6 kingdoms. Like, she was even opposing her brother. Like, I don't know, I don't know, but that's point. And then the judgment they gave to Jon Snow, that was quite, it was, because it could have been twisted, but no. So I do not know why the writers wrote it that way. And then the way Cersei died, I felt it should have been so. Imagine if, okay, fine, yes, she was going to die in her castle, the castle crumbled on her, the castle she wanted and everything, 7 kingdoms and all of that. But if Cersei, imagine if after Daenerys the gate stopped, after the bell had been rung, and then Daenerys went to the castle, flew to the castle with her dragons and then her army, and then Cersei, probably something, the castle, oh no, probably if the castle was about to crumble on her, maybe, or probably then Daenerys goes there, and then her fire just, the dragon just bats her with its fire, and then the castle crumbles on her while she's burning. Imagine that kind of thing. Or probably okay, fine, they wanted to make Cersei the queen of the North. Why not just make her do something else? Because for me, Sansa, they want to make her queen of the North. Why not make her do something else? Because for me, even though Cersei did practically nothing than sipping wine and looking through the window, but she delivered an amazing performance which was worth every money she was paid. She did more than Sansa. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's the end of my review of Game of Thrones. Till next time, guys, my name is Chikamaki, and let's see the next review I'll be giving on Game of Thrones.
I was a child.
So basically, guys, that's it for me on Game of Thrones. I had an amazing time. It was very, very entertaining. We loved it. To those that didn't watch it, you guys are amazing, but you missed a whole lot. I didn't want to do your shoes because I had quite an amazing time. It was thrilling, and we transcended and we had fun. Thank you to the writers of Game of Thrones. Thank you to the directors. Game of Thrones episode 8 was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Till next time, guys. Bye.